And a good early Wednesday afternoon, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Large ridge of higher pressure is centered a little east of the Great Lakes. This is affording a beautiful day today, and it will remain dry all the way through the end of the day. We're going to see this warm frontal action with a little bit of spotty precipitation. It'll be a mixture of types, and we're looking at some potential little bit of wet snow, a little bit of sleet, a little bit of freezing rain. Probably the most of the precipitation types will be probably freezing rain, and mostly affect, I think, parts of the northern part of the state the most. And so we could see some slippery travel, but this will not impact utilities. It's really not a big deal. But it's relatively narrow. Basically two lines associated with the system. This is the warm front, injecting warmer air. This is our surface low. It's a pretty strong one. And it's also producing a cold front with a big bout of severe weather that's going to be down in the Mississippi Valley region. This is going to be heading into the southeast states, the Gulf coastal region, and they do have a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms and tornadic thunderstorms in this particular area here, and that's where the main action is going to be shifting for this afternoon and into this evening. For us up here, of course, in the North Country, we have no issues like that. We're just going to be dealing with this little, fairly narrow band of sporadic freezing rains and wet snow, a little bit of sleet. Good area of higher pressure right now, ridging in aloft, and this is providing a very, very nice Wednesday morning. And this is going to continue into most of this afternoon with the clouds beginning to thicken up a little bit later on. And they're already starting to work in as high, thin cirrus clouds. This is a warm front, and this is the one we're going to watch. So currently this is valid at about 5 o'clock this evening. This is going to be about 8 o'clock this evening. You can start to see the makings of a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of wet snow. This is the 03Z, so that's about 11 o'clock this evening. We're seeing just a touch of it, really not a lot of it. A little bit of wet snow, still a little bit of transition to rain. This is valid at about 2 o'clock in the morning. There's some freezing rain across the Northeast Kingdom, a little bit of glazing, not affecting so much southern parts of Vermont. This continues right up, it looks like, to about 8 o'clock in the morning, or really pretty much works on out roughly right about a little bit after daybreak, or right about the vicinity of daybreak. We get into a little bit of a lull for the first part of Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, and then the rain showers do swing on in. And they're relatively light. However, as we get into the late part of the day and into basically Thursday evening, some of these will be in the form of some moderate rain showers as they kind of move on through. A little bit of a lull again by 12Z, that'd be 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And then a little colder weather is going to start to swing on in with kind of these double areas of low pressure. We're going to start to see a northwesterly wind kick in, and you can kind of see where a kind of secondary cold front is going to track through. And as that takes place, same kind of deal here with the GFS ensemble. We're going to see a little bit of wet snow on our mountains, and temperatures are going to be kind of marginal for any accumulation, so that's good news there. And then this kind of hangs around through a portion of the night into Friday night, early Saturday morning. Saturday is going to actually end up pretty nice. This is a little bit of a change in the last 24 hours. We're seeing kind of a difference now. This area of higher pressure is going to go to work. You see the GFS ensemble still showing some old information. I think things are looking pretty good on Saturday as we have a break in the action. And then on once we get into Sunday, we're going to start to see kind of unsettled conditions with very weak weather systems and disturbances working across. And staying with the European, now the 0Z model run, reaching back, and this goes out further, so that ridge of higher pressure collapses, and we start to get a little bit of light minor snow shower mixed with rain during the daytime on Sunday, and then that continues off and on into the day on Monday. You can see that circulation there, a little bit of an area of low pressure trying to work in aloft, and then that scoots on out. That disturbance takes most of the precip with it, and then we're into another dry scenario. Now there is one weak weather system kind of pushing off to the south. This is now beyond the period on Tuesday, and into Wednesday it looks like we are going to be kind of north of the main action, probably in slightly cooler air, but mostly modified Arctic air that will support good sugaring conditions as we head into the middle part of next week. Now precipitation, this is the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier, but precipitation overall is about near normal, just a little bit below normal. So just sporadic amounts, relatively light weather systems working on through. That's the 3-hourly QPF, so the total amounts of precipitation, you can see a little bump here, a little bump there, and this is the major bump here. That's going to be over the next 3 days here, and then kind of very limited amounts here, but notice we're under 1 inch, and there's some pretty good model agreement. Types of precipitation that will fall. This is our 850 hectopascal temperatures, about roughly the top of Mount Mansfield in the atmosphere, this particular slice. So anything warmer than 0 degrees centigrade Celsius is going to be basically falling as rain. And before that, we're going to have that mixed precipitation. And then temperatures aloft cool down just a little bit and then eventually rise way late in the period. So the overall scenario there for precipitation type, you see is a little bit of a mix here. It goes to rain, and then kind of a rain-snow combo, rain-snow combo, rain-snow combo, and so on and so forth. But the deal is also that it's going to be relatively light. And illustrated here with the Weather Prediction Center's total QPF, the total amounts of precipitation over the next 7 days beyond this outlook period, only around 1/2 inch. You can see that the main action is going to be in the Gulf coastal states, where all those thunderstorms are going to be pounding through. Climate reanalyzer looks like this. So we have that warm weather where those thunderstorms are going to be. We have some colder than normal weather here currently, and things are going to start to heat up just a little bit, but not fast. It's going to be very gradual. So we're looking at generally neutral conditions. A little bit colder off to the west. It's going to kind of work on in. And a little bit of a warmer scenario, but overall really not a lot to see here. Basically neutral once we get 3 to 7 days out. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.